Alright, hey, we're back for the last little bit here. So, your team is making its way into the old tunnels. And at this point in time, you start out in areas that just seem pretty modern still. It's just areas of the subway which tend to be not used a lot. And being led by Machado, he kind of leads you deeper and into some areas that kind of like he shows you where like he kind of broke down a little bit of a wall, or maybe the wall was broken down and you're not sure, but it looks like part of the wall that was once sealed off was kind of broken down, and it leads you into some very old subway tunnels, like probably like tunnels that kind of maybe Nathan would even recognize. You come across like an old subway station that's been long since, so it's 1920s, 1930s subway. It's got like one of those train cars that looks like, really classic, like, trains. So it's a much older area. And then he kind of leads you into deeper there. And everything seems quiet and simple here. You don't come across anybody. You do notice that Machado does seem to be, like, keeping maybe an eye or an ear out, He definitely is, like, paying attention and occasionally warns you, like, when you were in the newer tunnels, he did make sure you all stopped and let a worker go by. And then, kind of continued without having to disturb him about what you have in your team. I mean, you have a 9-foot-tall cockroach and probably like 8, 9-foot-tall, like, wolf mutants. Like, heavy armored dudes. A skeleton man in a mask. And then you guys, who are probably the most normal-looking of them all.
Yeah. Don't forget the giant 9-foot cockroach.
I thought I said him first. The 9-foot cockroach with a giant cannon.
I missed it.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, though, he has a giant cannon on him, though.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a gun, by the way.
Like a smaller gun?
Yeah, the little
that's right.
Beretta.
He probably has that, like, in, like, a bag that's kind of, like, hooked over him so that when he, like, transforms back down, he could be, like, naked and pick up the other weapons.
Dawn packed spare pants for him.
Yeah, there's pants in the bag, too. So he'll lead you to, like, another kind of break, but this one's actually in the floor. So, like, part of the actual track has remained over top of it, but, like, the stone and some of the workings kind of broken away, and it kind of leads into what looks to be a small tunnel. He's like, when I came before, this is as far as I went. The things, tendrils, are here, in the earth. We are already in its territory. I think I can lead you towards its center, but we should be on guard. If it should see us as a threat, it might awaken and come for us.
Well, I wouldn't want to see that.
We have a job to do. Let us go.
Preferably with those lads in the front. They look rather tough.
Marqueus will kind of take a look at the black spirals and be like, he is right. You three are probably the toughest out of us. Lead the way, but keep guard. And back up if needed. We apparently have some range support.
And this is when Ryan walks right up behind the Harbinger and puts the autocannon barrel to his head.
Uh-huh.
One out of the picture immediately.
Whoops. He'll actually kind of like put up his hand though before we jump down though. He'll go over to the old train car and he'll come back with this kind of like what best be described as a zombie.
Great.
So
I mean, Leslie can't say anything because nobody will hear him, so he's just like staring.
Out of game, Leslie brought the sword, right?
Yeah, it's strapped. It's the same place it always is, scabbard under my coat on my back.
And one of the black spirals has like the case strapped around it for the other sword.
Yeah. if I need it, I can just reach a hand up my jacket, grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. We should probably distribute that sword to whomever it should go.
Which one?
Who is planning to strike such a blow?
Oh, that one.
That one.
I
I'm
only
not
got
sure.
one sword.
Machado. We've encountered one of your kind before. And he was able to commune with the spirit of a particularly powerful item. Would you be capable of doing the same?
I have doubts you have met with my kind before. But to commune with such a thing... No. I can look into it, but I could not perhaps commune with it the way that you speak.
I mean, that alone may not be a bad idea.
Indeed. Ryan? Does the Great Lord Cockroach have any suggestions for us? Please keep your answer brief.
Those of the blood of Gaia would probably not use the weapon that you seek to use.
Gotcha.
That
I
makes
know
sense.
I believe your giant friend implies that we of the kindred can use it.
Well,
Dawn, you've got swordsmanship training, right?
I mean, a little. Yeah,
how much melee do you have?
I have 3.
Well, you'll be better at it than I, then.
And I'm sure this one probably actually has a hilt.
Yes.
Can you dual wield with your dagger?
I mean, yeah. If not, I'm gonna pick the sword, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the sword is probably stronger than the silver take.
Yeah, and the fact Dawn is literally obsessed with swords, that's her whole thing.
All right. Well,
Fair enough.
then, may I have the dagger?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Cool, you got 2 of those.
No. She has the 4 silver daggers, and then she has the special dagger that we found in the first session a long time ago, which is
I have
supposed
no
to be
idea what this is. Okay.
particularly good against werewolves.
Ah, I see. I didn't know we had this thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dawn's finally got a sword she can use in battle.
Yes.
Yep.
She's been waiting for this since they robbed the museum.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And they hand over the sword without any issues?
Yeah, they'll hand it over to her.
Okay. Let's continue then.
Alright, you'll head down into the sewer tunnels, and things seem alright at first. These are like old tunnels, so like your large changing breed friends are having trouble, but managing to fit basically. These are much smaller tunnels, definitely, than you would even expect. So... definitely having trouble, like, especially I think Ryan and his giant cannon are having the most trouble, but he's managing the best he can. And soon, though, you kind of move out into what would be more of a central tunnel here. Like, so it's a little larger. It has that kind of, like, old sewer feel, so it's kind of like the curved over top. It's, like, kind of brick side. There's, like, it's like a lower area, but it is dry currently. No water is traveling through here right now. But when you kind of leap down upon the ground there, something doesn't feel right about the dirt below you.
I'm gonna poke it with the sword. I'm gonna like poke it into the dirt a little if I can.
The dirt kind of moves away to reveal that, like, the ground below you is just a mass of some kind of flesh. And as you move the dirt away, an eye opens up, seemingly emerging from it to kind of look at you and blink.
Don't like that.
Who wants to stab it?
Perhaps if we stab it, we would be viewed as a threat.
Be surprised if it doesn't already think it's a threat, to be honest.
Does it have a mouth nearby that I'm not seeing? Or
Not right now, just a single eye just staring at you, blinking occasionally.
Donna is gonna be on the lookout for a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta remember, I can't talk. Nobody can hear me.
You could occasionally just move it away from your mouth. And
I mean, the fact is, you're way underground, so you can't even text anybody because you're probably not getting signal anymore.
Yeah.
oh, we should have got little like walkie-talkies, and then you can just like.
Yo!
They have walkie-talkies.
Oh, that would have been a good
Oh.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
I could have talked to you even if I'm in my cloud.
Except that the radio waves
Oh.
might not travel out of the cloud either.
I mean, we don't. It's shadow. It's just blocking vision
and
sound.
and sound.
Mhm.
But sound isn't It's right. Who knows? We could try.
You would have to like get some kind of like subdermal radio thing too, because just you speaking into the radio wouldn't work because your
Yeah, it
voice
wouldn't
wouldn't
produce
reach
We'd
it.
have to speak in Morse code.
Yeah.
Well, it like produces sound, but it's too low for anybody else to hear because it's my cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Or
'Cause other
the
people
cloud
can
is,
talk
like, just big
in
enough
my-
for you, and you reach your hand out, and you're doing just like sign language.
What light sources do you all have? Like
I don't
the
need
soldier
any.
guys.
Dark vision.
Yeah, you have dark vision. The soldier guys can have night vision. The werewolves, and I don't know if. Let me find out how good our friend Ryan is.
I imagine he's pretty good at seeing in the dark.
Oh yeah, he probably has dark sight.
Don't the techno mages have like
They have
glowing
helmets.
lights on their stuff?
Not right now. They have their helmets are providing all the stuff they need to see with right now. They could probably turn on lights. Probably when you were getting into like this dark area, they turned a lot of them off.
Hmm. Well, then I probably have a little penis keychain that lights up.
Okay. So he's got like a
Just
little.
has
You got,
a phone ready.
yeah, you got your phone out. He's got a little light
Yeah,
out.
just like sword in one hand and like the phone in the other.
If you guys are having lights, then the two Technomancer will definitely like turn on flashlights on their guns. Their strange techno guns.
Hmm.
Fair enough. Probably a lot stronger than a penis chain light and a phone light.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
It's top of the range. I made Nathan buy it. It's a pretty good light.
So
Got
you'll
a really good camera.
you'll kind of move deeper into the tunnels, following Machado's kind of tracking, as he seems to be kind of almost sensing it, like kind of touching the flesh, which now, like, you have somewhat disturbed it. It seems to have been inactive for some time, to have, like, kind of this dirt and dust kind of settling over it. But now you can almost sense a pulsing below your feet. It's like, it's not like the beat of a heart, but like maybe like just like a pulsing of like a like wave of blood almost maybe moves through it or something.
Like a throbbing.
Like a throbbing.
I don't like this.
As of some huge...
This is just Darkest Dungeon. You did it again!
Actually, I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it just now, but
yes.
But I actually did use proper lore of Samichi being a horrible flesh monster under New York. That's actually something that was written in the books, in information.
Yeah.
So, I
just
mean...
wanted, like, the, something, whatever, Salem, I can't remember the name of it now. But that back in the cave, and then this just feels like the heart from Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, the town of Salem that I somehow...
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
The circular town, and everyone's trying to figure. Yeah.
Salem's actually a couple hundred miles south, I believe.
I swear to God.
I was actually thinking of something else with that too at the time, but when you mentioned it, I'm like, oh crap! It also is town of Salem.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, yeah, the fleshing thing of Darkest Dungeon. I mean, yeah, no, I didn't even think about that until now. Thank
We're
you.
walking through walls of flesh with blood pumping through them, and eyes and mouths, and
Well, it's only
we're
on
going
the
to kill the heart.
It's only on the floor
It's also
right now.
Isaac!
It is also Isaac.
God damn it!
Mom,
Mom, get down here! Get out of here!
get out of here, Mom. Stop being a horrific flesh monster. You don't want it.
We don't want it. You start getting to this point in time where it's sort of like no longer is it just around the floor then, but you can see like these tendrils extending out, like if it's kind of broken off, like moving off in other directions or down other tunnels where they're filling it up. And it almost seems like the farther you go, the larger and more active it feels. And then you kind of get to this point in time where there's now a wall of flesh blocking the way that seems to almost emerge from your floor to block you.
Still no defense response from this thing, eh?
This might be a defense response. How do we know this?
Marmaduke, can you poke at it and see how resilient it is? Not Machado, one of the others. See, this is why we need names.
Exactly why we need names. One of you three, they can't hear me.
Like you can hear everyone
Dropping
else.
the shadow down to my exposing my head. One of you three poke that thing, please. Shadow goes back up. I'm hiding in here. Whatever ends up going down, I am staying hidden. People are guessing where I am.
It'll kind of like run a claw along it, and like he's like,
We could probably cut through it if we needed to.
Good God, they can talk.
All right. Machado, presumably we need to get through it, correct?
it seems wherever this pulsing is coming from is from deeper within.
Okay. Then it appears that we need to.
Okay. So you will kind of, like, the three of them will tear into this wall of flesh. And as, like, the floor beneath you will then kind of wriggle with each strike. Kind of breaking out through it. And kind of...
He's gonna turn around and watch our rear.
Mm-hmm. And beyond it now, you can see what would have been maybe, like, a basin. Like, where the, like, a lot of these lines would have, like, dumped water into, like, a larger tunnel below. And it's now just filled with what looks to be, like, flesh, seemingly coming out from a tunnel across from you, and then just spreading out in all these different directions, kind of making this uneasy ooze floor. But upon tearing it open, it just sort of begins to rile, and these tendril masses begin to move. And then these strange things begin to fall from the ceiling. He's like... as they begin kind of forming into these misshapen things of bone and flesh.
Ugh.
I do not think it likes us having been here.
I'm gonna
Well.
move my shadow again. I don't think it has any choice.
Okay! Roll some initiative. Because you're getting
Hell
fight
yeah.
with flesh monsters. I'm just going to have your team take care of things on their own. I'm not going to roll out a lot of stuff for them. They're going to go through cinematic stuff, the rest of the people, and you're going to have your own to deal with. I will have Ryan on your side.
Yay!
Hell yeah!
Woo!
So you currently have what looks to be about a dozen flesh monstrosities bearing down on you.
Oh,
What's initiative roll again?
good, because I
Dex
forgot
plus
to.
wits plus celerity.
Wits,
Dex.
wits plus dex plus celerity, yes.
Okay.
Plus wits plus sanity.
Captain Weirdbeard, tickle it! All of a sudden, I'm getting this sense of, like, slashing through the flesh thing, and then hearing a voice off in the distance go, "Oh, that tickled!"
Oh no, I don't like that.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Dex, stealth plus celerity. Oh.
No,
Wits.
oh,
Or Dex wits.
Plus celerity, if you have
yes.
it. Oh boy. Ryan is certainly not going first.
Yeah, I didn't think you would be.
Let's roll for some flesh monstrosities. Let's see here. They're not really hugely statistic. They have numbers. And horrible slashing blades that are where their arms would once been.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's lovely.
Like they've got like gigantic bone almost swords coming out of their arms. And like bone
Well,
spikes all over the place, you know. They look to be a combination of like people and animals and just like weird bits of flesh with eyes and like in weird places and occasional like mouths, as if like maybe like each of them is a combination of like half a dozen things together.
I don't like that at all.
Okay. So we have 4 for Leslie, 4 for Dawn, 3 for Nathan. So, Dawn, Leslie, you go first, followed by them, followed by Nathan, followed by Ryan at the back end.
That's where he belongs, out of my eyesight.
Oh boy. A dozen. How far away are these things from us?
We'll say like 30 meters. So like,
How far can they move per turn?
you're not sure.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Good. Oh, shit. Don, you want to go first?
The one closer than that far, or are they all pretty much like
They're all around the same area, basically. Like,
Okay.
it looks as though like there's a larger, like maybe nodule of flesh kind of above you that these have been dropping away from down into here. Like, you know, like it sort of was storing a bunch of things.
Oh, good. Okay.
You do see like the module of flesh is still like pulsating and stuff. It does not seem to be the core, but it seems to be like almost like maybe this is
A node.
a node or an organ of some kind. But you're not sure how this even works because it's all really gross.
Okay.
I don't want to use my explosive rounds already.
I am gonna... Ooh, yeah. Did I bring normal bullets as well? I must have.
Yeah, I just assumed.
yeah.
I assume you have like you brought a bunch of like, you know, because you've got a shotgun. You brought like a whole bunch of like rounds.
Regular
Yeah,
rounds.
I'm like in, you know, my pockets are full of them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna rest the big sword against my hip then, get out that shotgun again, and I'm gonna fire away.
Okay.
Just into the middle of them all.
Let's look up. Shotgun. Yes, there we go. Shotgun.
8 damage, 20 range, 1 rate, 5+1 capacity.
Mm-hmm. I would have to look up spread because that might be slug. If you're doing a shotgun spread, are you using slugs, or are you just doing like a normal like sort of shotgun or pellets or something, or shot?
I'm
Oh,
probably gonna use the normal ones first, just to see what they do.
But we had the flechettes,
Oh, that's right. You had
so
some.
we could get plenty of that.
Yes.
Are there rules for flechettes?
There might be in one of the other books. Like I had to look up in a different book the rules for grenades.
All right, let's just go buckshot for the time being, just to simplify.
I think they have not even buckshot. They have ammunition. Yay! That's where it is. I found out where to find it.
Oh, is it just listed as shot?
I think with the rules they're giving, it is definitely just like shotgun, like
Okay.
shotgun shot.
I'd assume the standard shell for the shotgun would be buck, because you're not going to kill
They
many
don't
things with bird shot.
Say yeah. It would probably actually I was thinking slugs because they're not giving any rules for like area effect of things that I can look up very quickly and easily. So I guess we'll say if you want to use spread, it'll do like normally a shotgun does like 8 damage. It would probably do something like 6, but you could get a bunch of them probably if you got closer. Because remember, it's kind of like a cone of bullets.
Yeah. I'll go for the more damage, hit less of them.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just want to take one shot then too, because you could use celerity for multiple shots, or you could. Okay, so just shoot at one.
I'm gonna use one. I'll see what it does.
Okay.
But what do I have to roll for this?
Dex plus firearms.
Oh yeah, I always forget that that's actually a thing.
Yes, and you can add your celerity as bonus dice, because you're not using it for anything else.
I think I might just do that.
Okay, wow. You certainly hit it, and it's certainly not the kind of thing that would dodge. So 5 successes, so roll 12 dice.
Alright. This is how I do it? It is.
Okay, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes. Yeah. You just like aim and you blast your shotgun and you take out the thing's head. The head just blasts off. The flesh body kind of just falls back and kind of melts and dissolves into the flesh-based floor you're standing in.
Oh yay!
Mm-hmm. There are now 11 horrible monstrosities.
Well, that doesn't seem too hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dawn is now ready. She's very motivated to kill.
I need some clarification on 3-round burst.
Sure.
If you hit with all 3, do all 3 do damage?
I believe it just increases the damage.
Yeah, I think it just increases the damage that you do.
I can't tell, because from the way it's worded, it sounds like all it does is increase your chance to hit by adding more dice, but the shot's more difficult, so...
3-round burst gains 2 additional dice to a single attack roll and expends 3 shots from the clips on certain weapons. Okay, the thing about dice is if you get more successes, it's more extra damage.
Yeah.
So it doesn't automatically add extra damage. It basically makes it more difficult, but gives you 2 bonus dice to possibly get more damage.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, it's effectively, you get, for 2 extra bullets, you might get 2 more successes and therefore 2 more possible damage. The problem is it's a lot of, like, maybes, and it is 1 more difficulty, too. So, it's up to you whether that extra dice are worth it or not.
And using a celerity to make 2 attacks costs a blood point, right?
Yes. Well, you cost 1 blood point, and what's your celerity?
1.
Then you get 1 extra action, yes.
Yeah.
Which would basically, it would just be like an extra action, so you could do with whatever you want with that action.
Alright. I'm going to spend the blood point, activate celerity. I'm going to do 2 3-round bursts, 2 burst shots at 2 different enemies.
Okay.
Let's go dexterity, firearms for first.
So you get 2 additional dice. Attacks are a +1 difficulty due to recoil.
Yeah,
and the
so
damage dice pool is based on 1 bullet from the weapon in question.
Pool mod of 2, and a difficulty is 7.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the first one.
4 successes, so you'd have 3 extra. What's your weapon's normal damage?
Let me check as soon as I roll the second one there. There you go.
And 5 successes. Real nice.
Normal damage is 7.
So you would do 10 dice and 11 dice, basically.
Okay. Slash roll. It was 10 and 11?
Yeah.
10d10 and slash roll 11d10. Probably need a space there. There we go. Ugh, that roll's not so good.
Wow. Okay. The first one you will get some shots into. It seems injured but still standing. Wow. Rick. Let me put it this way. If it could have botched on a soak, it would have botched beyond belief, because that one just rolled all ones on its soak. Actually did. Granted,
how many dice did it just get ones on? I need to know.
I rolled 4d10 for that.
Ouch!
And the second one, you only actually had one success on anyway.
Yeah.
And it soaked it. Okay.
Out of 11 dice, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, so you got some bullets into it, but you like hit bone on it, and the extra bone structures which were sticking out of it. So you chipped a few of those, but it doesn't seem to actually do any permanent damage to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, like, you just get its center some body shot, so it's like kind of like oozing out like some kind of like weird flesh and blood kind of mixture that seems to be almost kind of like liquidy and gross, but it's still standing. Okay. They are coming up on you. So originally it was going to be 3 each, but we're going to say that Dawn took out one of the ones that was going after her. So I'm just going to roll a couple of attacks here. These things have no skill whatsoever.
And are apparently fast enough to cover 30 feet in one turn. Holy shit!
Jeez.
That's concerning.
They are actually going to charge up, so it looks like it's a little more difficult for them to hit you, because they push themselves a little far to get up to you. They increase their difficulty to kind of like do like a charge attack on you. Let's actually roll this, and I'll just split it up. I'll roll it for each of you like that, and I'll just split it up between the first 7 dice. So 1, 2, so it'd normally be so let me just do some math here. Okay. Let's see here. Slash roll. 10. Those are the easy ones. Ouch. But that's on Ryan.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, he can soak more damage than you guys anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a giant 9-foot cockroach.
With like an armored shell right now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dawn is continuing to try not to look behind her.
Yeah.
That's a miss. And that is a of those. Okay. Then one on Dawn has only 2 attacks on her. And a miss and a very good hit on her.
How dare they?
And then Leslie has 3 attacks. Let's see here, and we'll say the first one was the one at a penalty, which helps you. Definitely. Okay. Please, if you would, Nathan, roll me some soaking.
Oh boy, this soaks.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Roll me 3 sets of soaking, basically.
Oh boy. Okay.
You had stamina, fortitude.
Stamina, fortitude, and my Kevlar vest?
Yes, the Kevlar vest would apply.
Sweet. Okay. Then, in that case...
Well, that's right, you're wearing a Kevlar vest, so you get the 1 dexterity penalty, but 2 extra dice, is it, for that level of defense?
Yes, plus 3 soak, minus 1 dex. So actually, I'm probably 1 slower in my initiative, but I don't think that makes a difference.
No, it doesn't really. They rolled very well on their initiative for not having a lot of dice. You know, that's what I'm going to say.
Okay, so 3 from that, 2 from fortitude.
And your stamina.
Difficulty 6, right?
Yep.
Boom. Holy
Well,
buckets.
okay. Yep. That's certainly some damage for the first one. Let's see here. Let me figure out how much is on the second one.
Well, it was nice playing with you guys.
Okay, rolled it again, please. Okay, and roll it one more time.
Actually, I could attempt to dodge still? Because I haven't gone yet.
Oh, that's true, and you could divide some dice into dodging if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Currently, only one is actually damaging you because you punched on it, though. Let me put it that way.
Hold on. Defensive actions, because I think if I dodge...
You could attempt to split some dodges between them and reduce their successes, if you wanted to.
Yeah. Dexterity plus athletics. Oh no, avoid melee or brawl attacks. Oh no.
They are doing melee. They're stabbing you with horrible bone, arms.
There we go. Yeah, perfect. So dexterity plus athletics.
Do you want to dodge 1, 2, or 3 then? I have assigned numbers, not in the order that you're rolling, of 1, 2, and 3. So basically, you don't know which one you're dodging out of the way of.
Alright, I will actually dodge all of them.
Okay.
And I will split my dexterity 3 up into 1 for each.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, my dexterity is 2 because I have the penalty. So I'll just dodge 2 and 3.
Okay.
So that means I get a dexterity plus 3 to each.
Plus
my celerity.
Yes.
Because fuck yeah. Okay.
Plus dexterity plus dodge plus celerity, because there's a dodge skill.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
Ah, yeah, well, okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll the dice, because it's 4 each.
Okay.
1 success.
And that was
for 2.
1 success for 2. Okay.
And -1 success for 3.
Okay.
Of course.
So I will have to re-roll one of their damages. You roll one more dodge. Roll one more
Resist.
Resist, yes. What was it before?
Well, goodbye.
Oh boy.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be nice and have the other roll be appropriate, even though you reduced the dice by 1, because that was less damage than the roll I just made. Let me put it that way.
I'm pretty sure I'm still dead.
No, you're only actually taking 2 lethal. Because
From 3 successful attacks?
Yes. One of them you soaked complete with your 4 successes. The one you
Oh.
botched only rolled 2 successes to damage you. And if I'm nice and take the higher dice one on the one you dodged 1 dice out of, they had actually made 0 successes on their damage, instead of 5 damage, which is what I would have rolled just now. I rolled better the second time with less dice.
Okay, well.
So Storyteller is going to be nice because we were kind of doing that. I'm just gonna,
Thanks.
be nice and not just murder you outright, because that was a really, really, really good roll the second time.
Yeah, that 5 would have killed me.
The highest I rolled on the second roll was 7. Let me put it that way on the second roll.
Okay.
We're not tanky vampires.
Nope.
Nope.
Alright. Wow. Okay. Let's roll some stuff here. I think that's the correct number. Just rolling some things to figure out what's going on with your good friend Ryan. Okay. He gets stabbed by one of them. Looks like a pretty bad stab, but he's still up. Looks like they managed to actually get like a perfect spot between some of the armored plates on him. They got a lucky shot. The other one does nothing and clinks off of his armor. Okay, I need for Dawn. You're getting hit once.
Oh no!
So
What am I rolling?
Fortitude plus stamina.
Alright. 1 and... so it's 4 total. Oh. I always go to do the Reddit thing. Every time.
Which one was that?
Oh shit, yeah. I did it together for some reason. Hang on. I shall do it separately. 3, and this is my stamina.
Okay.
And then... Fortitude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. You'll take 2 lethal then. As the one will actually have gotten a really good hit on you, kind of like stabbing you in the shoulder. It like was trying to go for your neck and almost got it.
Is lethal the X?
No, it's segregated.
No,
slash.
Yeah.
Okay. Leslie, you're getting hit a couple of times too.
And they all made rolls under blind fight, right?
Oh, they didn't make rolls under blind fight.
Ha! I got my defenses up. I've had them up.
Yes.
I was prepared.
Yes. And what's the entire thing for your blind fight rolls? Just off the top.
I don't remember. Hang on a second.
Maneuver complications. Blinded. Add 2 dice to attack rolls made against a blinded target. Blind characters are at +2 difficulty on all actions.
Okay, +2 difficulty. Makes a good difference. Thank you for letting me know. +2 difficulty, so... Oh boy, oh god.
That doesn't sound good.
It sounds good for you, but not for them.
Good.
Yeah. So, that's good there.
I'd say we can safely call that good.
Yeah.
Watch, they're all gonna botch and stab each other instead. God, that'd be amazing. I'm still like I went into this fight with 1 aggravated damage level. Still, I'm playing defensive.
Okay, you were still hit twice, but not nearly as deadly as they would have been, and one of them missed you completely. Just because a couple of 10s is the only reason they hit you at that point in time with the increased difficulty.
Ha! Alright, so the roll to soak is stamina plus fortitude plus armor, right?
Yes.
I don't have any fortitude, so it'd just be stamina plus my armor. And I need to roll this twice?
You do.
Okay. There's 1. There's 2.
Good news is the first one does no damage to you.
Sweet! How much does the other one do?
The bad news is the second one does... Increased difficulty for damage to... 1 damage, we'll say. I think it does.
Alright. That's not so bad. Although I am now at a -1 penalty. Okay.
Let me just check. I think that is correct. Let me just make sure.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yep. It's fine. I think. There's a lot of details that I'm missing.
Yeah, well,
alright.
there's enough dice being rolled.
So, Nathan, what we're going to do is we're going to take your turn, then Ryan's turn, and then we'll end for now, because we are going a little above time, off of time, and something will be happening at the end of the turn that will have happen.
So my turn was used up dodging.
Yes.
So that's going to be easy.
Okay. Ryan will say,
Move out of the way!
yeah, basically that's what he's doing. He's just unloading. I'm gonna roll some dice and see what happens. I don't know.
I want to sat like this so she can watch the carnage without looking at him.
Okay. He's totally going to spend one of his willpower to get an extra success on this entire thing, because these things are much meaner than he was hoping. So he totally gets one success on all the shots, we're going to say, or something.
Oh.
Now, granted, he can only hit a couple of them, but I'm basically going to have him tear the ones in front of him to shreds, because I don't know if I want to roll the damage on the number of shots this thing does.
Please roll 120 d10.
Fine. I did.
Did you actually?
Yep, a lot of damage happens. Some things explode.
I'm waiting for this to pop up on stream.
Right?
It just has the bottom of it. It just has, and it rolled 666 on 120. That's the total if you add them all together. There you go.
Wow.
Okay, that is a sign. That is.
So Ryan will take out the 2 in front of him, and 1 on each of you, we'll say. So he takes out 5.
Oh God, I'm glad we didn't get hit. Jesus.
He will not take out the wounded one on you, Leslie.
Fair.
So that puts you down to 6 left with 1 wounded, but at half the numbers. At this point in time, though, the massive orb, kind of like a huge chunk of it, sloshes down and kind of falls in the back, kind of forming into this gargantuan thing that looks like a flesh and bone dragon. Please roll me occult.
Yeah.
Please roll me occult intelligence.
Gladly.
What point doing rolling that one?
Uh-huh.
I got a chance here. Oh, baby.
Okay. Legend speaks of that only the greatest elders of the Semiche can use anything like that, and it is assumed that they can assume a draconic form.
Oh, like the elder themselves
Yeah.
assumes the form.
But since this thing is a big ball of flesh, it's probably creating it out of it. Because it is because remember, it is totally a 3rd generation embodied in flesh that has no intelligence to it. But seeing that, your good friend Machado kind of just rears back and changes into a dragon himself.
What?
And we'll end it there.
Excuse me?
Excuse? Fuck you, Tantus!
Okay, I'm on the fuck you Tantus train.
Yeah! Let's go!
I'm on it.
Can we just get a big ol' 3, 2, 1? Fuck you, Tantus!
No.
I called a dragon an avocado.
You did. Oh, you're so dead. Oh.
We should pay him a lot of money.
Oh.
I'll give you with your same role. You recognize him as Mokale, the were dinosaurs / dragons.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
Boy.
Yep.
And he's hopefully on our side against the Black Spirals.
He would definitely hate them.
Probably more than he hates us.
He's probably getting some other kind of deal out of this one. Plus the entire fact of, like, he might see Semiche as a greater threat than the Black Spirals right now.
Which is probably why he hasn't killed them yet.
Yeah.
So, we're in the tunnels beneath New York, and there is currently a flesh dragon and a...
There's
dragon.
Yeah, there was technically, like, a small army of flesh monsters that you're battling with, which your other allies are having trouble, are dealing with a bunch of them, too. There's probably
Now
a lot
it's-
more of them over there. Plus giant, like, on either side of this thing, there's giant, like, dragons fighting. One built of, like, flesh and bone that's kind of horrific and monstrous, and one that's just like a giant reptilian dragon.
What the fuck?
Alright! Let's go! Let's actually go!
And while you've got your Ryan with a frickin' autocannon taking out flesh monsters, just unloading bullets.
And Nathan called it an avocado.
You guys have seen that picture of that dog in the burning building? Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we don't really take ourselves that seriously. We're just here having fun. As I hope you can tell from everything that happened in the past 15 minutes.
15, like
9-foot
3?
tall cockroach with an autocannon, a flesh dragon, normal dragon, avocado dragon.
Giant wolf monsters wading into like a small army. The reason that you only were fighting 12 is like the black spirals are probably wading into a lot more of them. You know?
The other 60 are being dealt with by the Black Spiral Dancers
Yeah.
and the Technocrats and the... Yeah.
Yeah. And
People
the
that
other one
actually
that's...
have defensive capabilities.
Yes. And the one that's probably, like, doing horrible things because you can see, like, the other one's kind of, like, just touching some of them when they get close and they just kind of melt the Harbinger as his zombie protects him.
Meanwhile, you've got us three who are, one of us had spent
Basically
our whole
just
turn-
getting smashed.
Yeah. One of us spent our whole turn dodging. One of us
And-
shot shit, did nothing, and hid in a cloud. And the other one blew a thing's head off and then got stabbed a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried.
You did successfully blow its head off. And
Point of order.
Killed one. I didn't.
Attempted to dodge,
they
and I
actually,
did.
they actually don't
Okay,
have a
boy.
lot of health, so you did almost kill the one, and that's one of the reasons why it didn't really do anything to you. But it rolled a 10 to hit you, basically is what happened.
Jesus.
Its difficulty was literally 10, and it hit you still.
And it's still. Oh my
Jesus.
god.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Its wounds plus the +2 difficulty for blind fighting made its difficulty 10.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. And then Ryan just autocannons and spends the willpower to like just make sure to hit everything.
And luckily avoided hitting us and hit one flesh monster
There's-
off each of them.
Yeah, and like hit them up. So there's probably like a swath of like damage to the back wall, and some of like the flesh around the walls exploding out as these bullets are flying out. As you see him like digging his like weird clawed feet into the flesh, dragging back, creating these like slashes into it.
Bullets.
Bullet.
Bullets.
You can't see it, but I've got my hands about a foot apart going, bullet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would be about that big, wouldn't it? Yeah.
7 inches.
Bullets.
Yeah, bullets.
Anyway,
Oh,
thanks
boy.
everyone for joining us today. We had another
My
nice.
name is Walking Dead Man. You can find me crushed between the jaws of a dragon.
Well, I mean, you're having a dragon fight in the background. You don't know.
No, I mean afterwards.
Yeah. Then they might fall and roll on top of you and just crush you too, you know, I mean... When Dragon Melee starts, you are much smaller than them.
Dracomele, not to be confused with Guacamele.
Guacamele.
Well, you did call him Avocado!
He did! It was so good! Also, in the Discord, there you go. There's a comparison for a GAU 8 30mm versus a 5.56.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
The
okay.
small
Yeah.
one's what I'm using. The big one's what Ryan's using.
Yeah, so
Oh.
this
Yeah.
to this.
Bullet!
Bullet!
Well, I mean, this much of it is the casing.
Yeah.
This much of it is the bullet.
Yeah. Bullet.
So, bullet.
Yeah, like, this is definitely something that Ryan can use, but probably not in normal situations, because it's very obvious that
it
something's
now.
going on. But when you're fighting in the sewers against a giant, horrible flesh monster, perfect time.
Nobody's gonna have hearing after this because we have a 30mm autocannon right beside us going.
Yeah, he just like shot out 42 shots at everything that lived. He sprayed and prayed, and it just did damage.
Never had more respect for Ryan.
I love this.
I mean, hey, pretty solid prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so where can everybody find people? How about we start with, I don't know, Umber? Sure.
Bullet. Twitch.tv/UmberSkies. Not currently streaming at the moment, but if you go drop a follow, that'd be greatly appreciated, and I'll be back to streaming as soon as I can.
Cool. Jess.
I am Bubblegum Viking, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and I'm finally home again, so I'll actually make some content.
Yay, content.
Maybe.
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 And Carpe.
I'm Sir Going to Die in this film.
Mhm.
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.
We
The
need to use some of
CarpeDM.
that Technocrat armor.
Man, I wish I could get that to work for me. That would be nice. Should have asked him for a flashlight.
You really should have like a flashlight.
And a gag.
or just like just a radio or something too. That might have helped. I
Yep.
don't know. And
Mostly Twitter.
I'm Dracovin. You can find me here fairly daily, at least doing something. I'll be on tomorrow. Don't know what I'm streaming yet. Figure it out. I'll do it then. If you're looking for more tabletop content, we'll be back next week. Same time, same place. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more of this, where crazy crap is happening. And I will also be on this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in the evening, for some D&D for Madison Land, which is always a fun one to do. And there's some tabletop stuff over the weekends, too. The schedule for tabletop is pretty correct down below. The other streaming schedule up in the air because of family stuff right now, but, you know, anyway. Other links below, always top right for support and all that kind of stuff. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.